All right, guys. So there you have it. We had this turnaround into a rally here. It just went lower than I expected, but we had this turnaround at a rally, with a rally here into midday near overbought crest. See, near overbought, not overbought, but near overbought crest that we sell off from. I have it for like noon time here. It's at like 1 o'clock, so a little bit early. But with that said, on the sequence of events, we're now entering that we're still in the bit of the downward, like selling off from the overbought peak. We should come into a day's like another day's low here. This is where we have the other probable location of like a low, and it may even be that we go lower. It's really hard to determine the end of a day on this reading, guys. I apologize, but it's really hard to determine. It might be that we go from a low to a high overnight. We'll see when we get when at the end of the day. I'll have a better idea of what's taking place for the following day. Hey, Robert. Hey, Ellen. Oh, appreciate it, Ellen. Much appreciation. Definitely much needed support. How does Dogecoin look for next week? I just finished all the 2024 reading stuff for Doge. How does it look next week? One sec, guys. All right, Doge for next week. All right, so this is December thus far. Notable move higher. Trough on the third. Notable move higher on the fourth with a trade opportunity. It may be that that we see the like the highs of today again tomorrow in the midst of a rally. That's quite possible. But we don't end at highs tomorrow. We end at lows. It looks like tomorrow. Um, and next week it looks like we'll be doing um kind of like toppy sideways behavior. It's interesting that the star card is here. We probably see the high again here around the 9th, 10th. And it's kind of like toppy behavior. Might even see it again here on the 14th. It doesn't look like this one is as affected on the 13th. I mean, the Ace of Swords means a lot of price change and volatility. And then you've got the revisiting of an important support level here. And then we go into lows. So it might just be that I'm not seeing it and it's actually still there. It could be. Because I'm seeing like this sharp drop off of like the 12th, 13th, 14th, depending on the reading for these December readings. DGB. Hey, B. DGB. Is that a stock or a crypto? DGB. It's a crypto. Whoa. Sorry, I'm just getting clairvoyant impressions, so I had to pause for a sec. Um, I guess this one. Some of these charts are a little wacky. Like I had to take down a short that I did for uh, theta because I had the price levels wrong because I had information about a highest high. So when I referenced a chart, the highest high gave me the wrong price for a highest high. It's like what the hell? I don't get it. So I had to go back and use a proper chart. But this looks about right for December. Overall trend behavior for December. Digibitecoin. What a lot of the other stocks are doing. There's like three pokes. Like look, there's a poke, there's a poke, or it might be there's a poke and there's a poke and there's a poke and then we decline. It's a similar thing going on. We have three pokes through the same price level or trend line followed by a sharp decline off of that third poke. How's Netflix looking tomorrow? Whoa. Yikes. Yikes. That does not look like a good chart, guys. Ay, 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 ay. Let's see. We probably open higher tomorrow at a key technical price level, so it might be like it might be this. Price levels are tricky, guys. But it could be here. Or maybe here, you know. It'll be an important price level on like a year-to-date chart scale. So, matter of fact, it's probably there. In any case, it looks like a gap up overnight or a big move higher early in the day tomorrow, or maybe both with a peak midday. And then we decline into troughs end of day on the 6th. I don't think that the trough will be as low as the trough that we have today. This is very, very likely one, like, this will probably act like a lowest low for, like, not the whole month, but, like, for a portion of it. Probably until we get into, like, it'll be probably the lowest low. Today will probably be the lowest low until we get into, like, the week of the 18th. But it really does look like we go lower there. Huh. I don't know. I see a move up overnight. But I'd say we're already in the the turnaround, the Mercury retrograde turnaround, right? Which was on the 24th. Look at that, guys. The 24th is that price level, 480, right here. And then the very next day we have that pivot and decline. That, my friends, is Mercury retrograde strategy in action. That's why I'm short. So some stocks are going to do it earlier than others, but that's what we're looking at, guys. Um, hey, it was luck. When will the big BTC pullback take place? And let's see. And just to let you guys know, I have about 20 more minutes before I got to roll. Oop, what the heck? Yeah, it looks like there's a trough there on the third. By the big BTC pullback, it was like I do so many readings. Like you gotta, what do you mean by that? What did I say? Do I think SPY sell off end of day to lowest low for the day tomorrow? Is that tomorrow or today? Um, it's very possible. But like I said, it's really difficult for me to determine the higher, like where we finished the day today based on the reading. It's really tough. Oh, see this yellow correlation is to the failure card, right? And we've got it here. We also got selling from a peak through multiple from a near overbought peak kind of energy here in the last hour, and there's a brief peak that's easily missed. So we probably go into a high, and then we like in around we probably see a high somewhere between like 230 and the close. But from that high, there'll be a notable decline. Like it'll be a brief peak, and there'll be a notable decline through multiple support levels. That's what it's looking like. This was a tough reading, guys. This was a really tough reading. Like when you think about it, is today bearish or bullish? Can you really like look at it? Like is it bearish or bullish? Pretty hard to determine, right? And that's why the reading is more difficult than other readings because it follows suit with the charts. Oh, it was like I would have to do a monthly to be able to determine that. I would have to do a monthly for DGB to determine the day. Sorry, my man. You know, if it follows, it was like if it follows Bitcoin. See, Bitcoin, I think it's one poke, two pokes, possibly three pokes. But the thing is, the overall theme is the strife card. So these pokes could easily be lower pokes each time as well, because it could be a poke through. It's not always horizontal, especially like the larger time scale that you go, the less likely it is to be a horizontal price level, and more likely it is to be at an angle. And when it's at an angle, I think I've only seen it on an upward angle once. All the other times it was at an angle, it was to the downside. Man, I've done a lot of readings. I could just like I just think about it, and it's like I have so many scenarios that I've seen. I was doing this during the flash crash. I mean, you guys, some of you probably don't know what the flash crash is. What a scam that day must have been. Like I'm convinced that was a total. Somebody ripped off the population on that day. The market dropped 1,000 points. Like I don't know. It was like maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and then it came right back. Can you imagine if you were in cash when that happened? The guy who made it happen sure as hell was. What else, guys? I got about 15 minutes. Oh, right. I was looking at that. My bad. Got distracted. So there's two scenarios. It could be here. It could be here right now, like today. Or these are going to be the same price level, in which case this would be the last of them. Maybe pushing it here. That's why I have a question mark in green. Maybe seeing it again there. A lot of the Decembers have a low around here and a low around here. Careful with the doctors. Uh, well, algo reached 20 cents in December. I have algos less than 12 cents. It should be there. Algos less than 12 cents in December 2023. Does it reach 10 cents? Wow, that'll be a drop. I feel like it does. Let me see. Does it reach 10 cents in December? Does algo reach 10 cents in December 2023? I got a no for that. Why doesn't that one stick? Must not be anchored. That's more like it. All right. I mean, you don't. It was like, be careful not to take your good positions and put them into bad ones. You know what I mean? That might sound like a good idea, but it's really, really dependent on what altcoins you put them into. Ethereum's one of the coins that is gonna do. You know, it's one of the ones that I'm bullish about. I'm so annoyed by Siri always thinking I'm saying her name. Like I just said her name and she didn't pop up. I don't get it, man. Yeah, I like Ethereum. You might take some of it and maybe put it into something, but I wouldn't get rid of your Ethereum. Oh well, Algo reached 20 cents in December. I have, will it reach 10 cents in December? All right, let's say, let's see. Does Algo reach 20 cents in December? I got a yes for that. So that's a pretty wide range, guys, because we see lower than 12 cents, and we should see 20 cents as well. I think so. Let me double check on that. I'm throwing down February cards tomorrow, or maybe tonight. Probably want to open these two. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we go higher in January. That abundance card right there. There's a lot of December readings where they come back to highs around the end of the month too, or near highs. Yeah, I still think we go higher in we go higher in January, but there should be some decline in here. You know, this is like a decliney. December's pretty bearish for Ethereum. All right, I'm gonna man, my eye is like itching me. You're welcome, Ellen. All right, so I'm gonna just do a recap real quick. So, like I said, it's really difficult to determine where we're ending the day. There's so much going on here at the end of the day. Cross-reading congruencies, highs, lows, a bunch of stuff going on here. It's a bullish overall day, so I would think we'd at least see a high here at the end of the day. But with that said, we've got unicursal here. This correlates to a low at the end of the day. So there's a lot of things that say strongly we have a low at the end of the day. And then the theme card, it never makes sense to go against the theme card. Rarely, sometimes the day will do the opposite, but rarely does that happen. So I think probably what we have is kind of like a combo where we have a brief peak at a high, and then it's followed by a decline into a low here in the last hour. Probably, if we have a low at the end of the day, very likely we open higher, probably at this price level right here. Yeah. Okay, so this was the defeat card, and then we went into another crest. It's a crest, it's just not as high, but that's the luxury card. So this price level right here that we have marked off in brown, I'm just gonna put this purple right next to it. We should that's luxury price level. Matter of fact, I should change that color. So it might hold true that it's the same price level. It might not because it's a cups card rather than like a disc or swords. But we'll see what happens. There's a good probability it's like the same price level as that crest right there. And you know that trough may end up being on the 6th rather than the 5th at the end of the day because I do see a lot of bullish behavior here on early in the day on the 5th. But what I would probably do here, guys, if you did get into a long position here, as instructed yesterday, you could close out a long position there at the end of the day at that, but it's a brief peak that's easily missed. Or you could risk it and you could hold it until the following day, like in the morning. But this is a pretty this indicates a pretty strong drop early in the day. And with that said, I'm going to answer this grayscale question, and then I got to roll, my friends. Um, Looks like GLNK, the last of them. You might see a lot of a lot of movement in ETCG as well, but there's going to be a lot of volatility there. And the chariot card for GLNK indicates like a lot of ground covered to the upside. All right, my friends, thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. You know where to go. Right here to the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders. 5% of the profit should be donated forward to one of these charities. 5% of the profit should be donated back to the channel. It leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that money out of love. As long as you follow those rules, the universe considers you an angel investor. The channel's going to send it back to you tenfold for following the rule of karma.